All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Focus versus WFZ or WFZ, depending on if you're from America or not. Anyways, over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map, we have WFZ spawning as the Red Undead. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we are looking at Focus spawning as the Blue Orc. This is CC Master Cup 3. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Focus spotting over here on the top right hand side of the map. There is that altar of storms coming in. Burrow right here. We'll see how everything will be going down in this matchup. Hero choices as the game is getting underway. Hopefully you guys are all having a great time and enjoying what has been a very, well, shaky year. 2020, a year that perhaps many people would like to already get a restart or redo. If you were called tech support, they're like, have you tried turning it on and off again, or off and on again at this point, as things are just well, a little bit of a shaky start, but we'll see what is in store here. Still glad that I'm casting and enjoying high-level WarCraft 3 gameplay in this day and age. Being able to see some great real-time strategy games. Classic DK versus BM. Yep, it is going to be that Blade Master versus this Death Knight, and we'll see if there are any new shenanigans later. Alright, so far though, Voodoo Lounge, Orc Burrow, it looks as though we may be looking at a 20 supply tech to tier 2. Blade Master gonna buy some items. Once Focus gets this tech to tier 2, we'll see some additional Orc Burrows. Acolyte close by, trying to keep track of what hero it is going to be. Blade Master is spotted. Blade Master grabbing up Windwalk. Meanwhile, Death Knight picking up a Rod of Necromancy and just gonna do some classic creeping. WFZ not doing anything too crazy or out of the ordinary. Death Coil straight up onto that Null Warden, trying to get that Null Warden taken down slightly faster just so it can use that Rod of Necromancy again. Alright, is it gonna be able to use it, or is it just on cooldown? That might be the issue, as Ogre Warrior will get taken down as well. Alright, trying to pull some damage off from that Death Knight. Death Knight absorbing a little bit of damage from that Ice Troll there, as the remaining Skeletal Warriors will finish it off. Coming back around, tech to tier 2 already underway for the Undead and also for Focus. There's that other Orc Burrow as well. Who is Wiz? WFZ? Didn't I say WFZ, not WIZ? Alright. Death Knight. Wu Fa Zen. Alright. Death Knight cleaning up some of those last remaining units again. Blade Master making its way through the units. The guy who almost beat Ted in the year when Ted won WFZ won W's?
A player's forces are under attack.
WFZ won the World Cyber Games? I thought it was Ted who won the World. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Coming back around, Blade Master gonna clean up some of those Murlocs and whatnot. And meanwhile, Death Knight gonna be making its way off to everybody misclicking. Yes, I am getting confused. I'm gonna focus back on this game here. Yes, chat can be interesting, but I think there's just a lot going on right now. So far, early action. We are looking at WFZ trying to take down this Ogre Magi creep camp, taking out some of the early creep, or some of the creep camps from his opponent, and by doing so, he should be able to get a big advantage. Death Knight only sitting at level 2 after taking that pendant of energy and now making its way back down. Alright, coming back around here, Blade Master sitting at level 2, and he's trying to do the same exact thing, taking down the level 5 creep camp there. He's picked up a Claws of Attack +6, a Potion of Greater Mana, as the units are now making their way back. No expansions on either side, and it is going to be one base versus one base right now, as the Great Hall going to be coming online. Shadow Hunter or Tauren Chieftain, possible second heroes. I am expecting the Shadow Hunter first. Orc Burrow is a little bit late, so it will delay that that second hero. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, Focus gonna go ahead and clear off this Goblin Merchant Shop, trying to get to level 3. And well, no, actually opting to back up a little bit, not wanting to take too much damage. It's going to try to healing salve itself. Yes, it will do exactly that, allowing the grunts to take a little bit of damage there while that Blade Master is healing. Good use of time while that Blade Master is healing. Once that Blade Master is done healing, well, he's going to be able to do a little bit of harassment while these grunts head back home and having that Shadow Hunter heal up the remaining units. Death Knight is sitting at level 2, going to finish off the Ogre Magi. There are Tuskar Trappers, Bloodlust being cast across multiple units here, increasing the amount of damage they're dealing pretty fast. Alright, Tuskar Trapper down to 140 hit points. It looks like it will get taken down with no problem whatsoever as the Death Knight picks up a Ring of Regeneration. Death Knight with Ring of Regeneration, Ring of Protection, and Unholy Aura for increased regeneration, going to cause some major problems there. Ghouls running inside the protection of the Ziggurats here. Very difficult to take out as the Death Knight simply just runs on by. Lich has Dust of Appearance. Well, Dust of Appearance is used. Blade Master just too far away, was not revealed. Blade Master staying nearby. Dust of Appearance, and we are looking at Frost Armor first on that Lich as that Blade Master is right there. There you go. We were looking at that Blade Master. Blade Master finally going to go ahead and walk away. Both charges of Dust of Appearance used, and somehow WFZ knew that Focus would come right on back. Or perhaps the Ziggurat and Slaughterhouse were trying to be built, and it was constantly getting denied because the Blade Master was wind walking right there. Alright, Blade Master going to wind walk through once more. Sobe Mask, a little bit of extra damage as the Shadow Hunter going to go ahead and clear out the creep camps over here at the 3 o'clock position. Blade Master, well, constantly just trying to do more harassment again. No Nerubian Tower to stop that or slow down that Blade Master as the Death Knight. Well, Death Knight will be getting in some Obsidian statues to join alongside him in just a moment. WFZ checking to see if there is an expansion. No expansion coming in from Focus. No expansion for WFZ as of yet. We're looking at, well, relatively small armies. Small armies coming in from both sides, perhaps going to be around 50 supply army consistently as the Blade Master going to be in position to try and steal this last bit of experience and the item. Blade Master lying in wait, ready to go. There's the Dust of Appearance, and that Blade Master is revealed. Going to go ahead and back up right there. Blade Master comes back again. Death Coil, a little bit more damage once more as the Frost Armor on that unit right there, forcing him to back again. Death Knight is still there. Let's take a look at this. Ice Troll Warlord is constantly getting healed. Healing wards should be picked up, and yes, are picked up by that Lich right now, and it is healing up some of these units. Meanwhile, Death Knight getting ensnared, going to try and engage. There is a quick hex onto that Death Knight. Death Knight now needs to get away. Ring of Regeneration actually adding in a little bit of extra help. Is that healing ward still down there? No, it is not. The Ice Trolls able to take it down once the remaining Crypt Fiends backed away. So far, though, we are looking at Tier 3. A Tauren Chieftain added in. No fortified armor upgrade coming in from Focus as of yet. Slaughterhouse should be training up one Obsidian statue. A second one may be added in here in just a moment to add in a little bit of extra mana as well. And it is actually Essence of Mana over Essence of Blight as the Healing Ward is providing enough healing. Dark Ranger as the third hero this time around, as we also see a Crystal Ball being used by that Death Knight, making it difficult for that Blade Master to do that many shenanigans. Dark Ranger going to go ahead and back up, and the Dark Ranger with, well, are we going to see that last sorcerer get taken down? Yes, we are. There's a Scroll of Town Portal. I do not believe the Blade Master was able to finish off that Obsidian statue. Dark Ranger ran all the way back home, selling that Ring of Regeneration, still having that Crystal Ball. And what is the Death Knight holding on to in terms of items? Nothing as of yet. Well, Healing Ward, Rod of Necromancy, and, well, Dust of Appearance. Stomp is being trained up here. We're going to see Kodo Beast out in play as well, and Focus is getting close to his perfect army for 50 supply, going up against WFZ's 50 army 50 supply army. Both sides sitting at, well, one base strategies to force a lot of engagement early on. Blademaster going to try and engage once more. Where is he going to go next as the armies are going to, well, try and fight here? There is a reveal, and there you go. There is the reveal right there with that crystal ball. In comes the army. Blademaster going to go straight after that obsidian statue, and that obsidian statue is going to take a lot of damage. Healing wave, frost armor not going to be enough as that Blademaster is currently slowed down. There's a giant stomp, and that Blademaster may be able to finish off a second obsidian statue. 2 obsidian statues gone. Silence on that Blademaster, but the Blademaster still able to stick around and stay alive long enough as the Death Knight was unable to get the death coil off. Blademaster dealing major damage. There's another stomp coming across right there as that Tauren Chieftain is, well, negative on armor right now and may have some problems of its own. Healing wave trying to keep it alive. Scroll of speed finally used by that Tauren Chieftain in order to head back. Blademaster right there. There is another hex onto that Death Knight as the Blademaster runs on by again. All right, not wasting any opportunities. Death Knight coming back across over here. It looks as though we are going to do a little bit more creeping once again as we are setting up a watchtower by Focus for an eventual expansion. You want to be able to get up that second base if necessary, as we're looking at more creeping underway. Tauren Chieftain only sitting at level 1. Blademaster going to get healed back up. Most likely healing salves need to be used. Clarity potions on that Shadow Hunter as well, as both sides are ready for that follow-up fight. WFZ taking this opportunity to instead go after more creep camps again. Death Knight will, I do not believe, will get to level 4, but a major damage increase as we see Endurance Aura as well. Faster movement speed, faster attack speed. Dark Ranger getting up to level 2 as that Lich, I do not believe, will get to level 3. All right, there's that Shaman right there. What's going on? Leaving that behind. That's a little bit of a mistake. That Shaman, I thought, dropped an item, but doesn't really care for it. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what's going off on this side here. Magnetar Reaver going to go ahead and get ensnared, and it looks like both sides going to have, well, comparable armies here in just a moment. 3-2-2 going up against 3-3-2. That Lich needs to get to level 3 for perhaps a bigger Frost Nova burst. Lich with plus 10 damage, Orb of Corruption, Mantle of Intelligence. A Lich now making its way down. 53 supply for the undead army. WFZ going in with, well, going into low upkeep for this next fight. Tauren Chieftain, that is just an illusion and is just going to be completely ignored. Perhaps making its way back down to the south here. Ghouls trying to finish off some of these watchtowers. One watchtower dealing a fair amount of damage back to one ghoul already. And this guy is just constantly getting repaired. Are we going to see the, yes, well, in comes the peon repairing right there with double the amount of watchtowers there. That ghoul did not want to stick around. Meanwhile, finishing off the remaining units here as we are looking at the Tauren Chieftain doing a little bit of scouting again. Check Blademaster damage. All right, Blademaster damage with double claws of attack. Where is the Blademaster? Blademaster here, plus 25 damage, 612 Orb of Lightning, Circlet of Nobility, even has a Dust of Appearance, so another item slot could be used. That Blademaster should be able to get into very high critical strike damage here later on once it gets to level 5. All right, level 5 Blademaster with quad damage there, and well, we're going to see even higher damage once we see the Kodo damage in range, right? Plus 33 damage on that Blademaster. So essentially that Blademaster is getting a critical strike every attack. Plus 33 damage here as we're going to go in for an engagement. Death Knight, well, there goes an ensnare onto that Destroyer. Blademaster going straight after the Obsidian Statue. Obsidian Statue taken down so quickly. The Obsidian Statue should have really been in the back. A major mistake right there as that Kodo Beast stays alive ever so barely because of that healing wave. Is it going to be able to stick around? There goes a last bit of Crypt Fiend damage to finish it off. 52 supply compared to 52. Giant Stomp comes into play, but studying mainly skeletal minions as the units are trying to fight their way through. Spirit Walker gets absolutely bursted to death as a Tauren Chieftain tries to go in for a silence only to see, wait a second, or Stomp only to see a silence put into play. That is the problem if you are overcommitting with that Tauren Chieftain effect, trying to get off a Stomp. That beautiful, beautiful move by that Dark Ranger. Beautiful choice to silence it as a great counter as units are falling for Focus. Focus losing a lot of units right here, down to 32 supply and dropping rather quickly as a couple of heroes are taken down. All right, we see a Hex onto the Death Knight. Shadowhunter trying to back away. This expansion most likely will end up getting lost here. New Kodo Beast out onto the field, but that Kodo Beast could end up getting taken down. Nope, not taken down, as the Kodo Beast was backed off in time. Fortified armor on these watchtowers here. Obsidian statue, healing wave bouncing around. Blade Master going to go straight after that. That burrowed Crypt Fiend is going to get finished off. Yes, it will. Frost armor on that Blade Master, or on that Crypt Fiend, made that Blade Master attack a little bit more slowly, but it was still able to deal a fair amount of damage. As the, well, there goes that watchtower there. All right, Peons trying to get away. Acolytes gonna go ahead and transition as WFZ sets up an expansion of his own, as are going to go after all of these units. Is the Dark Ranger or is the Lich going to just start Dark Ritualing all of these Dark Minions to get more mana? That's really what we should be expecting once that Lich gets up to level 4, but it still doesn't have that just quite yet. Back down to the south here, Acolytes are trying to back away. Blade Master says, you know what, if you're going to shut down my expansion, I'll just shut down yours as well, as the Great Hall will get taken out. All right. Shadowhunter, Blade Master making its way back down to the south here. Great Hall will get lost. Both players going to be sitting on one base after all of this is going to get cleaned up here. Acolyte getting hexed for, well, extra measure just to make sure that that Acolyte does not get away. Did you just say you can't feel photos? Show them a BM that has plus 33 damage. Yeah, that you definitely feel and cringe right there. Plus 33 damage. Tauren Chieftain allowing that Blade Master to attack a little bit faster. There is still a Voodoo Lounge here. That is it, as the army now comes in from the north. Dark Ranger, Blade Master going straight after the Death Knight. There's a silence right there, and we are looking at, well, was that a Death Pack? That was a Death Pack. All right, Death Knight having Death Pack, eating up one of his own Crypt Fiends to keep that Death Knight alive. All right, we should be looking at a Stomp right there. No Stomp. That Tauren Chieftain was trying to back that Death Knight into a corner, and, well, Scroll of Town Portal to get away instead. Lich still just shy of level 4, and, well, that is going to make a big difference as the Dark Ranger is gonna give a seemingly endless supply of skeletal minions. And as there is a lot of skeletal minions to be had, the Dark, well, come on, oh my goodness, 4 experience shy from level 4, unable to use Dark Ritual still.
Are under attack.
All right. Way back down here, a couple of, yeah, just trying to finish off all of these units. There goes a Huntsman, there's level 4. I believe Dark Ritual will start to be used really regularly, as that Lich is going to get a major power spike just because of how much mana it has now moving on. All right, Acolyte is going to try and set up another expansion here. Are we going to set up another expansion here? Skeletal Minion scouting out. Shadowhunter getting up to level 4, so level 2 Hex, level 2 Healing Wave. I'm going to be ready. 50 supply compared to 58. Focus with the smaller army right now, but with more gold in the bank, as he is mining 10 gold a second compared to 7 gold a second, or collecting more gold in the bank. WFZ with a slight advantage now. All right. 1-0 upgrades for both sides. Crypt Fiend's going to be getting into position here. Dark Ranger still shows up, sees a Voodoo Lounge. Just going to take it out, and it looks like this will stay at one base play. No one really ready to really go at it. Tauren Chieftain coming in, Death Knight actually being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal here. Are we going to see any Crypt Fiends lost? No units lost, only forcing of a Scroll of Town Portal as the units are backing up. Banshee is going to be cursing that Blade Master, making it difficult for that blade, or greatly reducing the amount of damage that the Blade Master is dealing, because it will be missing its target. Now your teacher will realize you can feel feels. All right. Obsidian statues, 3 obsidian statues, well, 2 obsidian statues right now and 1 destroyer up in the air. We are getting up a new ziggurat as well. WFZ saying, you know what, I want to fight on Blight, and I want to set up an expansion here. Blade Master is going to be able to really do any damage off in the main base? Probably not, as that Blade Master just wanders around here, perhaps going to try and take down a ghoul and then escape away. There's a Windwalk strike, 1 more strike. Oh, there's the Purge, and a little bit of extra damage. Didn't even need a critical strike to finish it off there. Meanwhile, we are looking at a little bit more gold needed to set up this expansion here. Perhaps also upgrade this to a Nerubian tower as well, getting in some extra protection before that Blade Master, well, tries to shut down the expansion here. Acolyte on the move once more. Are we going to see a reveal? Dust of Appearance, Blade Master, Acolyte backing away. Where's it going? Now, Acolyte should really come back across here, set up that gold mine. Not quite sure why there's a Nerubian tower, or perhaps it is to make it look like he's trying to go for an expansion. All right, it made it look like he's going for an expansion, but he really isn't. Tauren Chieftain comes in with a giant stomp. Hex followed by stomp right there. Death Knight now in a massive move, trying to head back. Death Coil finishing off a unit right there in that front line spot as damage is just adding up. All right, Dust of Appearance on a burrowed Crypt Fiend. Tauren Chieftain gets up to level 3. Death Coil onto the Blade Master. Blade Master gets hit. Now using a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability to try and stay alive. Are we going to perhaps see a silence on any of these units right here? Blade Master has a little bit more health. Death Coil saving that Lich right there as well. The Blade Master being forced to back away. One more shot. Is it going to be enough? Healing Wave saves it again. Meanwhile, all of the Troll Berserkers are now in a massive run to try and get away as well. Lich gets off a major Frost Nova. Multiple Troll Berserkers actually caught out of position. And this may have been a great move by WFZ. I think what he purposely did was he made it look like he was setting up an expansion here, but he was actually opting to try and go for an attack, hoping that Focus would say, okay, if you're expanding, I'll expand as well. And he built a Great Hall. By purchasing a Great Hall, he actually had a little bit less of an army going into the fight. And that's what we saw there. That 8 supply difference at the start of the battle. A big difference overall, especially now as the Crypt Fiends are going to try and engage. All right, we are getting up a Haunted Gold Mine off in the other corner. A little bit more of a ninja expansion, so to speak. Expanding in a different location to where that Nerubian tower is set up. All right, you're going to see Focus make its way down across over here and try and take down a gold mine that isn't haunted, and now just sees one Nerubian tower there. All right, this is a beautiful setup by WFZ, and now he thinks he's been faked. He's also going to get double faked because this one gold mine is going to be haunted, and we'll have at least one Acolyte on there momentarily. All right, units now making their way down. Is the Shadow Hunter, is it actually going to spot out this expansion here? Is he actually expecting this Shadow Hunter making its way over? Is he going to scout it out? And he is going to scout it out, sees that there is a haunted gold mine right there, and it's just going to get canceled. And he knows that he's still in a great spot recovering all of that gold. WFZ now in a major advantage, sitting on a 50 supply army compared to 33, a 50% increase over his opponent's army as in comes the engagement. All right, Death Coil, a little bit of damage, mailing in all of that damage right there. Obsidian Statue getting a little bit too far forward as we're going to see, are we going to see an Absorb Mana? No, we are not. More damage there. Death Coil, Blade Master going to be needing to use that Potion of Invulnerability as a Burrowed Crypt Fiend going to stay alive temporarily. Death Knight now looking to back up again. Death Coil saving again. There's that Dust of Appearance. Tauren Chieftain is going to go ahead and try and go for a stomp. There goes another Crypt Fiend, and Focus is actually taking a bit of a lead now as it's 37 supply going up against 36. More damage coming back across. There goes the Tauren Chieftain, though. Death Knight gets up to level 5. That could have been the flip that WFZ needed, as the Dark Ranger, low on hit points, going to get healed up as well. Losing that Tauren Chieftain, a big deal indeed. Frost Nova slowing down to Berserkers right there. This Berserker may be able to get away down to 359 hit points. 1 or 2 more shot. Death Coil finishes off again. All right, Dark Ritual constantly being used. Lich still has plenty of mana. Units are now trying to make their way back out. Fortified armor on the burrows as the Tauren Chieftain. Well, Tauren Chieftain is currently getting resurrected. No additional gold. Haunting the gold mine back here by WFZ. 41 supply compared to 45. Focus has a slight advantage, but that Tauren Chieftain is currently out of commission, so army size 36 to 36. Lich trying to get in some damage, perhaps trying to finish off this Ultra of Storms. In comes the Raiders. Blade Master going to try and engage here. There is no Obsidian Statues to heal this army up as the units are just trying to back away. Frost Nova slowing down the Berserkers in the back location again. And so somehow the Berserker is still alive, going to finally get taken down. There goes that Destroyer. Destroyer. All right, now that the Destroyer is gone, able to use Spirit Link. However, Frost Nova still not going to protect enough as we're looking at a Kodo Beast trying to get away. Is that Kodo Beast going to be able to get away? One more shot finishes it off. A Skeleton and a Crypt Fiend pop back up. Free and ready to go. Potion of Invulnerability on that Lich in order to stay alive a little bit longer. Death Knight still does not have enough mana to stay alive right there. Gonna go back the other way. Are we gonna see an Ensnare? Yes. Frost Armor onto the Lich. Lich is gonna be in trouble. Scroll of Town Portal transferred at 39 hit points and is able to escape. Obsidian Statue shows up in time to heal again. And 34 supply compared to 39. Tauren Chieftain is going to make his presence known. Meanwhile, mining underway by WFZ, and WFZ is buying the necessary time. Beautiful game going back and forth here. 24-minute mark. Well, Lich going to be able to get in a lot more mana. We are looking at double Obsidian Statues, providing hit points and mana as well. Going to be fighting on Blight. And, well, WFZ knows that he has a slight advantage here. He's going to be mining a bit faster than his opponent for quite some time. And he's going to force his opponent to fight him in on Blight. That is going to be the big deal. Dark Ranger, oh, well, in comes the Raiders. Are they going to try and engage? Getting Death Coil Frost Nova onto a Raider. Raider going to quickly get taken down. Going straight after some other units. Are we going to see a burrowed Crypt Fiend? A Crypt Fiend not going to burrow. Just continues to fight back and forth. There's some missing. Blade Master could get taken down. There it goes. And there is the GG. A beautiful, beautiful game. Yes, I've been disconnected. I know. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful game. WFZ. Coming out ahead right there. Focus. Focus, perhaps expecting his opponent was trying to expand. WFZ actually playing a little bit of a mind game there, setting up the Nerubian Tower and making it look like he had was setting up an expansion. Focus then used bought a tiny Great Hall and then went to set up an expansion of his own, investing that 600 resources, not knowing what his opponent had in store. Because of that, WFZ's army was large enough to get a little bit of an advantage right there, push and then take out the expansion while he himself tried to set up an expansion somewhere else. When Focus noticed, wait a second, you know what, he didn't set up that expansion, he then spent time looking to see where another expansion possibly could have been, wasting precious time too. That ended up giving WFZ enough of an advantage later on, and then forcing a fight inside his base in a favorable spot. And, well, there wasn't much Focus could really do except for perhaps relying on Micro and some good critical strikes. That Death Coil Frost Nova nearly melting that Blade Master with no Shadow Hunter around, giving WFZ the GG. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.